Hi guys, Dr. Margolin. The question we got today is about vaccination. As 1B stage is rolling out in the United States and some other countries, it's been implemented for a while. The question is, should I get vaccinated? What is the difference between different types of vaccines and what side effects I should expect?
Dr. McGolan told me about the medication zinc, vitamin C, D, and zinc. And on the floor in the prison, 160 inmates were sick with COVID and they couldn't recover. And I told them about the vitamin C, D, and zinc, and now all of them are doing better. All of them are up and they're active, and they're all extra grateful about learning about the zinc.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a patient of Dr. McGolan's, and I wanted to share with you this survey because I've been a patient of Dr. McGolan's for like the last 3 years, and he has earned my respect. He's earned my trust, and I feel like I've made the best decision in the world to have him as my doctor. His staff, they've been exceptionally professional as well as himself. Any concerns that I have, they get addressed, and he makes me feel like my health matters.
Hello, my name is Vicki Curry, and I've been coming to Dr. Mongolan for about 4.5 years now. And I am really happy to be here with him because he shows a lot of concern about my health, what's going on with me, and he gives me a lot of good advices and medications as well to help me. I appreciate the fact that I have him in my life. I don't know what I'd do without him. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Angie, and I've been coming here since 2011, and I've had a lot of back pain, but since I've been coming here, it's been controlled, and I'm very happy and pleased with coming to this doctor.
Hi, my name is Yaakov. I'm a patient of Dr. Margolin's for many years. When the COVID virus first came out, he advised to take certain vitamins, quercetin, vitamin C1000, and zinc. My physician said when I came down with COVID-19 that these particular vitamins helped modulate the illness. I did not get that sick. I received monoclonal antibody infusion and I'm feeling wonderful. But my doctor said very highly respected what the Dr. Margolin said about the vitamins that help modulate how sick you get with COVID. I can never thank him enough for saving my life.
Well, first question first, should I get vaccinated? Well, I think of the last 150 years, most lives were saved, especially kids' lives were saved by vaccination. I'm not going to mention any conspiracy theories. I'm not a big fan of conspiracy theories. I also want to mention that even though my specialty is not immunology or infectious disease, I did follow a lot of presentations and lectures in Zoom format through VuMedi channel, DG Medical, and PubMed. I read quite a few things about it. So obviously talk to your primary doctor, but I'll tell you my take on that since the question was asked. First, I think that there is some anxiety caused by the fact that people felt that maybe there was not enough information during the initial stages of pandemic. And the legitimate question is, it's a new type of vaccines, primarily Pfizer and Moderna, that work as mRNAs. They were developed in a very short period of time, so can that cause a lot of side effects? Let me give you a short introduction. There are different ways of creating a vaccine. You can attenuate, you can take a pathogen let's say, virus or bacteria and take part of it or make it weaker and inject it, like they've done with initial smallpox vaccines. You can synthesize a protein like tetanus or diphtheria vaccines. However, the problem, it takes a lot of time. Here they came with a new technology when they take a piece of RNA and they stabilize it and they inject it. The problem is you need to make sure this mRNA penetrates the cell membrane, so it has to be coated with some kind of coating, as they call it, butter or lipid, to penetrate the cell. There is a central rule there in molecular biology that DNA can be transferred into RNA, but RNA cannot go back. So I'm personally not concerned about genetic modifications. I'm not a big fan of genetically modified food, but we eat it. A lot of people eat it every day, and they're not that concerned. So I'm not concerned about genetic modifications. What are real concerns with these vaccines? I think they've done really good studies on a lot of people, even before starting the mass vaccination, about 70,000 people. Plus, there was also data on millions of people that have been vaccinated, and we see mostly allergic reactions. We see maybe side effects in older and fragile patients, which is a concern, but they're fairly rare, and you need to compare the benefit of the vaccine to the risk of not getting vaccinated. And those groups who develop side effects, they are at high risk for COVID, and they can develop severe side effects or even death with the virus. There is a question, an open question about younger female patients. I think pregnant women were not included in the phase 3 studies by Pfizer, and I assume the same true is for Moderna. I don't think vaccination is open to young women yet. And obviously, if you're pregnant and it isn't available to you, you need to consult your GYN. Official position of American Academy of Reproductive Medicine, my understanding is that it is recommended for young and pregnant women, but I didn't see any data, and this is open. For older people, my advice, yes, it's a risk-benefit assessment. What is your risk of getting COVID? What are your comorbidities? What other diseases you have? And what is the availability and the risk of vaccination? So it seems like for the older people, it does make sense to get vaccinated. And in the last part of this talk, I'm going to talk about different types of vaccines. Well, what are different types of vaccines? First of all, many times it's what's available to you. At least in our area, so far it was Pfizer or Moderna in 1A stage, and you get what you get. But if you have a choice, we discussed Pfizer and Moderna. They're both mRNA vaccines. Pfizer requires refrigeration with much lower temperature, and that's why there were concerns. Maybe it includes some additional substances like polyethylene glycol. And again, people can get allergic to that, like they can get allergic to anything. But polyethylene glycol is very well known. It's actually a variation of polyethylene glycol is in Miralax. There is variation of polyethylene glycol in suppositories, in interferon preparations, and many other pharmaceutical products. But it is something you need to know. Moderna requires refrigeration, but at lower temperatures. Johnson & Johnson is preparing vaccine based on adenovirus. Adenovirus is a common cold type of virus which would carry part of the COVID virus, usually the spike protein, and that would, as well as mRNA, they're coded for spike protein, and that would induce immune response. It's a different principle. Again, I'm not concerned for I'm not conspiracy theorist. I'm not concerned about genetic modifications. Again, we would not know long-term effects until the mass vaccination starts. So far, the initial concerns are the same as allergies and risk-benefit analysis. Oxford vaccine is based on the same principles as adenovirus, as well as Russian vaccine Sputnik 5, which I don't think we should spend time because I don't think it would be available here in North America. Chinese vaccine, my understanding, is based on an attenuated virus, weakened virus. It's called CoronaVac. I don't think also it would be available here. And the initial results from Brazil showed that effectiveness of the Chinese vaccine is somewhat lower. I would also like to mention that if you are concerned about heavy metals used with the vaccine, or generally want to be in better shape while being vaccinated, after being vaccinated, I still refer to the other videos we made about supplements. I always say that vaccine is like new weapon system, new tank, or new Patriot missile system which is introduced to the military. So it's great to have sophisticated weapon, but you need to make sure your military is in good shape. Soldiers are disciplined, well-fed. So you want to make sure that your immune system is in good shape. Some people also take things like chlorella tablets. It's an algae that's supposed to chelate, to take out of your body heavy metals. Vitamin C, which we recommend anyway, reasonable dose, like 1,000 milligrams a day. And some people take NAC, N-acetylcysteine, which I think is fairly benign unless you have allergy during vaccination period. Thank you for this question. I hope we will achieve success in this campaign and this pandemic will end soon.